Last on this list is the album Carnivore by Body Count, released in 2020. If you're unaware, Body Count is a metal album headed by Ice-T that became popular in the early 90s. I never listened to their debut album, but I know the controversy that the song Cop Killer brought around at the time, and maybe it's unfair to compare the ferocity and anger that the song had with the watered-down political messaging of this album, but this was a bit of a letdown. I do think that there are some meaningful and touching moments on this, like their tribute to Nipsey Hussle and Lemmy from Motorhead, but a lot of the lyrics read as like a 30-year-old metal group that's out of energy and is reiterating stale political talking points. Now, I'm not going to get political on this, and I'm not really one to do that, especially because I agree with a lot of what they're saying. And I can appreciate them trying for this long, but Ice-T's rap rock performance just adds to the dated sound of this album. And again, no shame to him at all. I do like some of his stuff, and he seems like a good dude, but I'm just not into the style. It felt funnier than it did really hard, especially at the end of the Critical Breakdown, where he confronts a mean guy on the internet, and, you know, they add sound effects beating him up. It's filled with, like, these cartoony fighting sounds, like someone squeezing a watermelon, and there's a bunch of silly thuds. It definitely made me chuckle a little bit. I'm sure when their messaging was a little bit more raw, it probably had more power behind it, but especially once we get around into this decade, just not the greatest for me, but it was still alright. So I'm gonna give it like a high 4 out of 10, because it was still a pretty decent listen.